Hello, and welcome to the MarketPro Education Series. In today's session, we'll be doing the basic overview of MarketPro. This will include the components that make up the MarketPro, some of the more widely used windows, some of the fundamental information, help and training videos, and lastly, we'll cover the MarketPro features. The MarketPro is made up of three components: the windows, such as the watch list, charts, the account manager, and other windows available on the quick launch bar. All these windows together make up your page, or pages, and all of your pages make up your workspace. A couple of other items in the workspace I'd like to bring to your attention. The first is the different tickers: quote ticker, news ticker, and the snap quote. The quote ticker can use symbols from any of the watch list, or you can add symbols you'd like to see scrolling across the screen. To add symbols, right-click on the ticker and select Display Properties. On the left, select Symbols. Add and remove the symbols you do or don't want to see from the list. The news ticker is a constant stream of headline news throughout the day. Clicking on a news headline will open the story in a separate window. The snap quote allows you to see the current price, the net change, bid, offer, and volume for a specific symbol. Each of the tickers is going to be available under the View menu. Each of the tickers can either be situated on the top or the bottom of your workspace. To move, left-click and hold on the divider on the left side and drag to the location you want to have it in. The workspace also is set up for symbol broadcasting. If you click on a symbol in your watch list, it will broadcast that symbol not only to all of the linked windows within this page, but also to all of the other linked pages as well. Broadcasting also works for the detailed quote window if we have the window set for broadcasting. To do so, click on the link on the top left of the window and select the broadcast icon at the bottom. And finally, we can set the workspace for a local time zone, the exchange time zone, or any other time zone we would like. Time zones are going to be set by clicking on the time on the top right of the MarketPro and selecting Properties. To create templates for the trading hours of different asset classes, click on the Market Sessions tab on the left of the Properties window. The Display tab sets the font size and type. Countdown sets the background colors for the different sessions such as market hours, pre-market hours, and after hours. Click OK to accept the settings we've changed. The second component is Pages. Previously I mentioned that the workspace is made up of different pages. From the feedback we've already received, we've created a number of default pages that are tailored for the individual investor. All of these pages are going to be tabs located at the top of your MarketPro. To create your own page, click on File and New Page. This opens a blank page where you can add the windows you want. There are two ways to add windows to the page: the Quick Launch window, located in the middle of each section of the page. Click on the desired window and it opens in that space. The other way is what I like to call Click, Hold, and Drag. This way is good if you want to add additional windows to an existing page. From the top, select the windows you'd like to add. Left-click, hold, and drag into the page. You'll see a red outline or silhouette of where the window is going to reside and exactly how much space it's going to take up. Release the mouse button and the window takes up that space. Once we've added all the windows we want, we just need to save the page. To save, rename, or delete a page from our Page tabs, right-click on the desired page. From the menu, select the action you would like to perform and click OK. To rearrange the order of your windows, like an Excel spreadsheet, you can left-click drag the pages to the order you'd like. When finished, remember to save your workspace. One of the more widely used windows in MarketPro is the Watch List. The Watch List is where we're going to view our symbol list. The gear icon on the top left is where we're going to click to manage all of the different symbol lists. To create a new symbol list, click on Add New Symbol List. it's going to require a unique name. After we've given the unique name, that name will now appear in the top of our watch list. By clicking on the drop-down menu, we can view all the symbol lists that are available, the ones that we've created, as well as those that came with the workspace. To enter symbols, click on an empty space and start typing. The watch list comes with several different headers based on different instrument types, such as stocks, stocks with dividends, futures, and ETFs. You can modify any one of these headers to make it your own. To add a field to the column header, right-click on any of the columns and select Insert Column. Scroll through the list, selecting the fields that you'd like to add. This is where we make it our own. Once we've added the columns, we can right-click and select Save Header as New Header. Give it a unique name, and it will now appear on the header list with the others that we can use on other watch lists or pages. In MarketPro, we can also group different assets or sectors together. This is called grouping. To create a group, start with a hashtag or # and the name of the group. Enter the symbols underneath and you have a group of symbols that you can collapse and move or even copy to other watch lists. Hot lists and sectors can also be added to the watch list as groups by right-clicking on any empty cell and selecting Insert Sector List or Insert Hot List Symbol List. This creates a group of those symbols from the hot list or sector list. You can also find sectors and hot list under the Utilities menu, along with the index constituents, which can be copied and pasted into a watch list. To delete a group, first collapse it and hit the Delete key on your keyboard. Alerts. We can set several different types of alerts, such as quote alerts, news alerts, or even conditional alerts. For the quote alerts, find the symbol we want to set the alert on, right-click, and select Alerts and New Quote Alert. Alerts can be set on several different fields, such as last, change, percent change, volume, or even some fundamental information such as the 52-week high or low, or PE. Select the field we want to set the alert on, and then choose if we want to do a high alert, a low alert, or both. We can also type in comments. Click OK. When our alert is triggered, we'll get a notification in the center of our screen. This notification will remain on the screen until we acknowledge it by clicking OK or Cancel. Also note when our alert is triggered that the field in which the alert is set on will be highlighted in our watch list. Note the H or the L for our high or low alert. To get more information about our alert, we can mouse over the field and we'll get a pop-up of our alert. News alerts are a tad bit different in that it's only going to notify us when we get that next new news alert. To set a news alert, right-click on the symbol, Alerts, New News Alert. Remember that for news alerts, it's only going to notify us when we get that next new news story. So if we have a symbol that already has 15 stories on it, it's going to wait till that 16th story comes before we're notified. To view all the alerts we have set, click on the bell icon on the top of the watch list. The alert window gives a summary of all the alerts we have set and those that have triggered, along with the time and any comments we've added. RTD is available through the watch list. Before you can use the RTD, you must first configure it from the Help menu and click on Configure RTD. Once configured, you can export data right out of the MarketPro and into Excel and have it update in real time. The way it works is we simply right-click on any one of the cells, mouse over RTD and all symbols. In Excel, right-click on an empty cell and select Paste. The entire symbol list and all of the headers are now in Excel, and as long as MarketPro is open, the Excel spreadsheet will update in real time. For more information and assistance on RTD, please contact your help desk representative. The fundamental window focuses on the financial aspects of the company. The company profile is a broad overview of the company information, such as the listed exchange, QSIP, ISIN, and CEDL numbers. There's a brief description of the company, its competitors, the top 10 shareholders, and the bottom of the fundamental window shows the most current earnings and estimates, earnings per share, and the revenue growth chart. To get a more in-depth look at some of the information, we can click on the page we want to view on the left. For example, under the earnings and estimates, we can see a consensus of the earnings and estimates not only for this quarter, but for the next 2 quarters, as well as the current and next 2 fiscal years out. We can see a revisal of the earnings, the per share out 2 years, as well as a consensus of the analyst recommendations and revisals. For those that are interested, all the information in the fundamentals window comes from S&P's Cap IQ. The dividend history shows the dividend payout over the past 9 years, as well as any splits that might have occurred on the stock. All this information will be displayed in a chronological order for us. Ownership shows the top 10 shareholders, the top buyers and sellers of the stock. The financials, such as the balance sheets, income statements, and the cash flow, are also available from the file tree as well. News. The news window, as well as the scrolling news ticker, is going to be a constant stream of headline news throughout the day. To see all the headlines, we would select All News from the Filter drop-down menu. Or we can filter based on keywords, a specific symbol, active symbols, which are all of the symbols present in our page as well as our scrolling ticker, or a specific watch list that we may be viewing for news. To read the full story of a headline, double-click on the headline and it will open the story in a separate window for us. For those that like the news in the same window, there's a setting for that as well. Another important window is charting. The MarketPro charts have 7 different plot types: candles, bars, lines, areas, histograms, dots, and levels. Charting comes with several predefined time frames from a single day all the way down to 25 years, depending on the instrument. We can quickly change to an intraday interval using the drop-down interval menu, or simply typing the interval we'd like to see, such as 15 or 30. To see more or less bar data in the chart, we can compress or expand the bars using the y-axis at the bottom of the chart. Left-click and hold and drag right compresses the chart, drag left to expand the chart. There are plenty of studies that can be added to the chart to customize it to your liking. To add a study, select the Studies button from the main menu, or right-click on the chart and select the studies from the menu. The Add Studies dialog box will appear, and you can scroll through and find the study that fits your needs. If you're not sure of any of the particular studies, you can always click on it on the left and read a brief description on the right. To add the study to the chart, you can double-click on it or highlight and select Add at the bottom of the window. The chart header on the right-click menu shows the current day's open, high, low, close for any symbol we've added to the chart, as well as our indicators. Chart footer gives us the open, high, low, close for each bar that we mouse over in the chart. This would be the same information we would see if we had the chart data table window open. There are 5 different markers available for you to add to your chart: dividend marker, earnings, splits, and 52-week high-low. You can select them individually, or you can select all of them as a group. The markers appear on our charts as flags. Mousing over the markers gives us the information associated with it, such as the earnings marker giving us the symbol, date of the report, and the earnings per share. Dividends gives us the symbol, the announcement date, record date, pay date, and the dividend amount paid. Splits give us the ratio of share splits and the date of the split. For those users that enjoy drawing trend lines for support and resistance, we've added quite a few line tools. Under the Select tools are the trend lines, level lines or horizontal lines, vertical lines, channels, and rays. There are all the Fibonacci tools, as well as shapes that can be added to your charts. To add any one of the drawing tools, select it from the list and your mouse becomes that tool. Move over the chart, left-click and hold to draw. To remove a study or a line from the chart, click on the item you want to remove, and on your keyboard, click the Delete key. Time and Sales. Time and Sales is the history of each trade and quote update as it happens. Filters can be added to limit the amount of data or information coming in. From the built-in filters, we can filter for trades, bid and ask, bid, ask, or block trades. Clicking on the funnel, we can filter further based on date, time, price, or even size. To view block trades, we can select block trades from the built-in filters. Here we'll be filtering for trades of 10,000 shares or greater. Lastly, we can add or remove columns by right-clicking on the column header and selecting fields. Here we can add or select and deselect the fields that we do or do not want to see. NetHouse. NetHouse gives us a look at the trades the big brokers are making on an instrument. Here we'll see a consolidated list of the buy and sell transactions that each of the different brokers are making during the reporting period. Here we'll also see the number of shares traded and the remaining balance held. This is a good window to find out who some of the top movers are for the reporting period you might be viewing. Hot List. The Hot List scans the market for precise filters like point gainers or percent losers. Using the drop-down menu, we can select the exchange and the filter we want to receive results back on. For example, percent gainers. The Values column will display the information of the filter we selected. You can also choose the number of results to be displayed from 1 to 10 or 100 or even 500. As long as our hot list is open, it will continue to scan the market every 30 seconds for new results. MarketPro Trading Integration. There are several advantages to the MarketPro when it comes to the integrated trading. When trading with the website, we can only have one order ticket open at a time. In MarketPro, we can have several different order tickets set up. We can have buy and sells sitting in wait that we can activate or execute at any time. The trade integration supports trading equities, equity options, and ETFs, and it can be done from any one of many windows that have the bid and or ask information in them. So that means the watch list, our detailed quote, market depth, options chain, and even the charts. One of the more popular windows for trading would be the chart. Here you have a couple of options for placing trades. First is the trade panel, which can be activated or hidden by using the trade button at the top of the chart. The trade panel gives us 6 options for trading: buy or sell at market, buy or sell at ask, and buy or sell at the bid. If you click on any one of these 6 buttons, it will activate an order ticket with the appropriate order type and price for the placing an order. It's important that before we click on any of the buttons that we first enter a number into the quantity field, or the buttons will not be active. For users with multiple accounts, you'll be able to select which account you want the order to be executed on from the drop-down menu at the top of the trade panel. The other way we can trade from the chart is from the right-click menu. Find the price point you want the order to be placed at, right-click, and select Trade from the menu. You'll be given 4 options for trading: buy or sell at limit order at the price on which you've clicked, or buy and sell at market. Once you've selected the order type, you'll get the order ticket for executing the trade. In the order ticket, you'll confirm all the information is correct and click the Submit button. What's important to note here is that you must enter your contact information, which is your phone number, and your password. The contact information can be set in your preferences so that you don't have to enter it each time. You can also enter it and then add the check mark for Remember Me for this session. And as long as you don't close the MarketPro during the trading day, that contact information will automatically populate with your phone number each time. Settlement funds can either be US or Canadian dollars. This can also be set in the preferences of the website. Orders and positions that have been executed can be displayed on the chart. Since we have a position already on INTC, or Intel, let's see what it looks like. So here at 23.05 is our entry price for our trade. Generally, we'll see the quantity, number of shares in the trade, and what our profit and loss are. When we're looking at an order on the chart, it would show the order action of buy or sell, our order type, limit or stop, and the quantity. The order would be anchored at the price point at which it was submitted at. If our order has not been filled yet, you do have the option of dragging the order up or down on the price point, or even canceling the order by clicking the X on the right side of the order. For those that like a clean chart, you can remove the positions or orders in the display properties. Right-click on the chart and select Display Properties. Under the Trade menu, we'll remove the check mark for orders and positions. This removes the information from the chart. Another window we can trade from is the watch list. To do so, we find the symbol we want to do a trade on and double-click on the bid price for a sell ticket or the ask price for a buy ticket. Confirm the information is correct in the order ticket and click the Submit button. The same process used on the right click in the chart and selecting Trade from the menu also works in the watch list, the market depth, and the detailed quote windows. This gives us the option of a limit order at the price we clicked on or a market order. It's important to note that you must click on the price and not the quantity. Once you're in the position or in waiting for an order to execute, you can monitor the action from the Account Manager. The Account Manager has three tabs. Order Status, which shows all of our orders we've placed. This will include all of our field orders, working orders, and or our canceled orders, or even our rejected orders. We can filter out some of the information using any one of the combination of filters located at the top of each tab. The Holdings tab shows all of the current positions, the accounts they are associated with, quantity, and unrealized profit and loss, and the market value for each of the different positions. If we right-click on a symbol and click on the trade, we'll get an order ticket with the symbol already populated. In the account summary page shows our current account balance, broken down by account and settlement funds. We can add or remove columns in our account manager, much like we can the watch list. Right-click on any one of the columns and select Headers Customize. Totals can be displayed at the bottom of our Holdings tab by selecting Show Footers in the Account Properties. Right-click, go to Display Properties, and put a check mark in for Show Footers. This is also where we can set our color schemes for the Account Manager window. Customization. Throughout the presentation, I've showed you how you could customize the different windows. Just as a reminder, each of your windows, your pages, and your workspace are completely customizable for you. Just to give you a couple of examples on customizing the workspace, when we first open the MarketPro, you'll notice that all of our windows are defaulted to white. For those that like a darker or more soothing color, you have an option of changing the theme to any one of the other 6 colors. When you change the color, immediately all of your windows and pages change. You can also do the same with your font sizes. Remember, when changing either of these settings, it's for the entire application and not just for that current page. Another way that MarketPro is customizable is if you have a second or third monitor. You can detach some of the windows from your workspace and use some or all of the space in that second monitor. The great thing here is if we move some windows and we decide we don't like it, or all of a sudden one of our windows disappears, we don't have to worry. You can always revert back to what you started the day with, or at least one of your last saved workspaces. You can convert back to one of your previously saved spaces by clicking on File and Local Workspace History. Select one of the saved spaces and click Load. This is why it's important that we save our workspace after we make changes. To manually save our workspace, go to File and Save Workspace. Or, when you exit the application, you will be prompted to save. I don't want to leave without telling you about the training videos that are available to help you navigate through MarketPro. We were sure to keep them short and to the point, so none of the videos are more than about 10 minutes long. A special page called Training Videos was created for you and is located at the top of your MarketPro. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions regarding the MarketPro or the 5-star tools, please contact your client service representative.